at you like the same style. Chopsticks for beef from shutting PF chains down. I gave you prophecy.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the New York Giants. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Zebra.
On second down, here's Manning. And he's got some space here. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. On second down, here's Smith. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Even after more than a decade in the league, Smith still one to account for with his legs as he picks up a first. They run it here with Thompson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Smith. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
They'll give it to him up the middle. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. On the ground, Geis. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Raymond now on the return. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now the first running back drafted this year is Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Working from the gun, Manning. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now Marshall fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. Gets through and now an opening. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. On first down, Smith. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Smith throwing again. Complete. Richardson has it. And a really good pickup of 28 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Richardson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Smith on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Let's go. Let's go. 15.
Out of the gun, Smith. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Keith Marshall, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Go 56. 27's to Sam. 27's to Sam.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Zebra.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Manning. He finds Beckham complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On first down, Manning. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Throwing is Manning. Pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Manning to throw once more. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Manning now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Gun. Zebra.
Again, they'll throw with Manning. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Manning able to find OBJ there for a Giants first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
This will be caught at about the 5. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Manning to throw on 3rd and 1. The quick slant caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, it's Manning. And it'll be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
Hey, slot. 12. 52. Look, Liz. Orange. Hey, back up.
To throw on second down is Smith. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Dalvin Tomlinson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And here's Lewis. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
15.
Back to the air, Smith on second down. Out to the left here to Reed. And Owen coughed it up. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well. So now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Giants on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Gun.
Shotgun now for Manning. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Zebra.
They'll go for it. It's Manning. It's caught. Shepard. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Manning now on first down. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Manning again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brian Allen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and it finally came.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And with the play clock winding down, Jay Gruden's going to use a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And now a carry here for their fullback. This one down to about the 5. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That's a strong running. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Redskins with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They begin with a run by Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Manning. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Now it's Crowder. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. The last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that
by
is
the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
On 1st down, Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. Steps in, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Working from the gun, Manning. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. From the gun, it's Manning. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Troy Apke. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
Let's go. 15. Liz, huh? Liz. Check. 3 down.
On first down, it's Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Smith now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Slot. I said 980.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. On the catch, it's Crowder. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I said. Single. 15.
Smith to throw again. He's got Thompson here, complete. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there at 22.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Check. Lucky.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Chris Thompson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And this Redskins offense is running away with this one. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Raymond now on the return. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. New York set to take the field. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A handoff to Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Matt Ioannidis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Now Manning. He's going to float this one deep right side. And now here is another Fabian Moreau. And he's 1-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're
believe their eyes. Or maybe did they believe he'll get out of it and make plays?
Said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now Thompson. Be taken down just shy of midfield.
Grade 15. Yellow, yellow.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That's good for a Redskin 1st down. Richardson on the reception from Smith.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And this one complete to Reed. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll run with Marshall and give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Redskins on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Raymond now on the return. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20, 10. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Hey, back up.
Again, a run with Thompson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
12. Slot. Rip Liz. Orange. Hey, back up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Throwing now, Smith. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Damon Harrison in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
12. Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. Settle down, huh?
3rd and long, it's Smith. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Smith going to throw it. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.